Hey, how's it going, guys? Your favorite 88 guy is here. Um, I've thought about this a lot, and those of you that have been following my channel for a while know my utter hatred for what the Xbox One stood for when it first came out, and that's not what this video is about. I'm not going to talk about how it was. Things have changed, and while I still think that it's not perfect, there is one game series that if it was going to make me get an Xbox One, it would be this, and that's the Halo series. And to give you a quick background here, I'm 26 now. I was never a huge console guy. I had a PlayStation 1, I had a PlayStation 2. I wasn't huge in online gaming. I never had my own PC. And I went over a friend's house of mine, and played Halo 1, and awesome. I fell in love with this series. I love the character, I love the idea, I love the gameplay. It was the first time I remember playing a game. Medal of Honor 1 for the PlayStation 1 is my favorite game of all time. I'll never say otherwise. But that was different. This game, the graphics at the time, the audio, the enemies, the story, it blew my fucking mind. And in high school, Halo 2 came out, and that's how I met my best friend now. We kind of started talking about it. But, I was there when Halo 2 came out. I played the game, not at launch, I'll be honest. I wasn't there for midnight, but I got the game and an Xbox. I literally bought an Xbox on a whim. I had birthday money, and at the time I was a huge PlayStation guy because I had a PS1 and a PS2. And on a whim, I was like, you know what? Let's try this Xbox. And this is back before Xbox Live was huge. This is Christmas of whatever. I can't remember right now, but one Christmas, my big Christmas present, if you will, because every year you get a whole bunch of little things. Different family members give you stuff. Christmas is not about getting things, but whatever. It's not the point of this. My big gift was an Xbox Live membership for a year. The headset, the adapter for it, and you got a few Microsoft points. This is dating me here. And the first game I played, and it's still one of my favorite games on the original Xbox, was Crimson Skies. And eventually that led to Halo 2. And if you ask anybody who has played games, who's neutral, meaning they're not die-hard one console or another, regardless if you're a PlayStation or Xbox fan, Halo 2, not with the story, but with the way that its multiplayer worked, the way that it did its job, revolutionized what we would now consider online play. PC gaming has been around for a long time, and you had to be knowledgeable about it. You had to figure out odds and ends. With consoles, it was much easier. You just click multiplayer, hopefully your shit's connected to the web, join a game, good to go. And just YouTube some of the old school original Xbox Halo 2 gameplay, multiplayer. Halo 2 is basically my high school career. I played Halo 2 leading into Halo 3, but Halo 2 probably more than any other game. And I have a lot of fun memories of that game. The campaign's one thing, but that's not what this video is about. And I'll be honest, I miss the gameplay a little bit. Stuff this day and age when it comes to first-person shooters, even Halo 4, it's very Call of Duty, where you have different classes, you can mix and match weapons and perks and armor abilities. I miss the days where you start a game, you all have the same health, you all have the same weapon, go. That's it. There's no armor ability, there's no power-ups within reason, like there's an overshield, but mainly it was which weapons you can find and how good of a player you are. And I'm never, ever going to say I was the best Halo player. I counted myself as being proficient. Out of 1 through 5, I was a good solid 3. Like, I could always be counted on, especially with the shotgun. in Halo 2. People fucking hated me with the shotgun. And that kind of transitioned into Halo 3 and even Halo 4's multiplayer. But, you know, I have a long history with Halo 2. And as I showed you guys in the fire video, there were 3 things literally that were identifiable in my room. And one of them was my original Steelbook copy of Halo 2 for the original Xbox, which I kind of wish I kept that. But anyway, so this whole, you know, I have a 360. I still had my PS2, and now I've rebought one at PAX East last year to play certain games. If there was one game that would make me get an Xbox One or game series, as I said before, it was Halo, the originals. And sure enough, Microsoft and 343 Studios announced a year ago, I think it was, give or take, the Master Chief Collection, which was Halo 1 Anniversary, which we'd already seen, and I purchased twice now because of the fire, which was Halo 1 Remastered, which, I'll be fair, was a lot of fun. You know, it's Halo 1, and the multiplayer was Reach multiplayer, Halo Reach. It wasn't Halo 1, which pissed a lot of people off, but whatever. They announced the Master Chief Collection, which is Halo 1, as I said before, and now Halo 2, which is remastered, including the multiplayer. And according to them, the multiplayer, with the exception of the different types, as in you can kind of mix and match different game styles from each game series, is untouched. And that's what's drawing a lot of people, including me, to the series, to this game. And then, yes, of course, you have Halo 3, which has been tweaked a little bit. It's going to run at a more solid frame rate. It's I believe 1080p, if I'm correct, or 900p. It's a higher resolution. It's going to look prettier. It's not completely redone. In my book, it doesn't have to be redone. It was the first Halo on the 360. It looked beautiful. The soundtrack is amazing. Whatever. And then, of course, you have Halo 4, which I personally didn't mind. You know, I played it, got it at midnight, whatever. And by the way, you know, Halo 3, Halo ODST, Halo Reach, I got all 3 of those at midnight. And I'm very tempted to get this game at midnight, but if I buy it where I work, I can save $10, and right now money's kind of tight, and I have to be up early the next day, but at the same time, I kind of want to keep the tradition going, so we'll see what happens. I'm very tired right now. But, you know, Halo 2, this video is almost over. I'm not going to go much longer. Halo 2 and Halo 3, but mostly Halo 2. That, in my opinion, you know, being 26, you know, kids these days take it for granted. Parties and quickly accessing online games. Halo 2 and its timeline, because it wasn't the only game, that was the real golden age of online play. You know, that was the real fun moment. You know, people actually talked. People communicated. There were no, you know, just playing. Like right now, I guarantee you, except the trolls and the idiots who just are bitching and moaning, there's no communication. There's no team play. There's no sense of camaraderie when you play online. Everybody's in it for themselves, and that's it. Back in Halo 2 and into Halo 3, people talked. You know, he's over there behind the shelf, or he's over there, you know, whatever. You felt like you were playing with teammates. And that kind of goes to back in the day when Halo 1, where you could have up to 16 people on different television sets with LAN parties. And I have so many memories of friends of mine in high school where we would all hang out and we would have, you know, yeah, hi, I see you, Marty. Stop itching. You know, we would have 2 or 3 Xboxes, and we would have LAN parties where we would connect all the Xboxes together and have 3 different TVs or 4 different TVs, some different sizes. And if you get stuck with a small TV, it sucks for you, but good luck. You know, and we'd all play together, and we're all in the same room, and we're all laughing, having fun, maybe getting pissed off every now and again. And that really transitioned into Halo 2, and that's what was a lot of fun. And into Halo 3. But after that, you know, everybody nowadays is a fucking troll, or they're too serious, or they don't talk. And yeah, every now and then when I play online with friends, I go in a party where I just want to talk to them. But, you know, every now and then I say, hey, let's leave the party, see what people do. No one talks. And if they do, it's, oh, fuck you, or, oh, bleh. It's not fun anymore. So what I'm hoping is a lot of us, because I consider myself a Halo veteran. You know, I was around when it first came out. I wasn't a late adopter. I'm hoping that a lot of us Halo fans, diehard fans, will come back to Halo 2 on Xbox One. And, you know, spending easy tired. Spending the money on a console, and granted, most likely I would have gotten an Xbox One probably for Christmas with Christmas money savings. You know, I have a few reward zone certificates. The price has dropped to $350 as opposed to $400 or $450. To buy a console, you know, people keep telling me who I talk to, oh, so you're buying a console for one game. No, I'm buying a console for 4 games, even though I've already paid money and owned all of them before. But obviously, I'm going to be getting more games. Um, like I said before, if there's one game that really made me switch or get an Xbox One over a PlayStation 4, it was Halo. And, you know, you can say what you want. I know some of you are watching this going, you know, what the hell's wrong with you? It's just, it holds a nice, you know, spot in my heart. There's a lot of things that go into Halo. It's not just the game. It's also friendships that I've made. It's moments that I've had. It's history. And to be able to go back and play these maps again, to play the game again in remastered high definition, that's worth it to me. And, you know, it's not the end of the world. It is a next-gen console. It is what I would be getting eventually. It's a 3D Blu-ray player, and my Blu-ray player has shit the bed recently when it comes to Wi-Fi. Um, put it this way. Given everything that's happened to me over the past year, and I still bring this up because until it happens to you, you don't know. It's going to be nice to be able to relive a time and a place where it was high school. You know, after work, after school, the time I didn't have a job, I would go home, do homework real fucking quick, and I would literally from like 3, 4 in the afternoon until 1 in the morning, Halo 2. And don't criticize me because those of you that never did it, there are many people that have. All right. Again, this is 2003, 4, and 5 here. This is back in the day, or whatever fucking year it was. And I'm not saying that was every day. You know, homework did take precedence mostly. But you know, some people Mario was for them growing up. Some people it was Pong. Some people it was Zelda. Um, some people it was Crash Bandicoot. Me, it was Halo 2, growing up and being in high school. And to be able to relive it, the soundtrack, the dialogue, the story. You know, there's a lot of haters out there for Halo who are big PlayStation fans or just don't get it, who haven't really played it that much. But if you've played the Halo series at all, Halo 1, 2, 3, Reach, ODST, 4, even Halo Wars, the story itself, the characters, the acting, the voice acting, if you've played it, you understand what it's like to be a Halo fan. And for me, part of me wants to wait and save the money, but part of me just, you know, on the 11th when the game is released on the 10th anniversary, I want to be there. You know, I want to do it. And it sounds cheesy, and it sounds materialistic, and it sounds pointless. And I'm so tight on money right now. It's not even funny. I still have to figure out. Well, now he's sleeping over there. Marty's tail is not broken. It's severely bruised. I had to pay $200 for an X-ray, which God bless America. It means that much to me. Put it this way, and it sounds cheesy, but you know what? Some people spend money on their car audio. Some people buy, you know, a new puzzle or whatever. To me, this is also my self-Christmas present, and I'm not I'm not paying full price because I have a few coupons. I have a couple of bucks that I sold some things and returned some things. Um, yeah, anyway. Are you a Halo fan? Do you agree with what I'm saying here? I'm not going in detail here. This video was supposed to be 10 minutes. Now it's 14:40. Um, I'm not going to edit this. I'm just going to put it in YouTube and upload it. Hopefully YouTube pays me because they owe me $100 right now from what I can see from my analytics. That'll help me get through the week and also pay for an update for Marty. And no, I'm not getting an Xbox One and not updating Marty's info. I'm taking him anyway. I'm just saying that, you know, Xbox One and Marty, I'm kind of stressed for cash right now. He comes first before anything, period. But also, you know, I've always been, and this will be the final bit of this video here, I've always been a late adapter. You know, Xbox, year after it came out, but Xbox Live just came out when I bought it for that Christmas season. You know, the Xbox 360, I was not an early adapter. Or the PlayStation 2, I was not an early adapter. The Xbox One is now a year old, which is still young by current standards. It'd be kind of nice to have one. You know, it doubles as my current Blu-ray player. I'm not getting the one with the Kinect. We'll see what happens. Anyway, have a good night, guys. See ya.